continue from this. Do you want to share the screen? Yes, you will. Very good.
Okay, so hello everybody. As Eero said, my name is Mika Arvola and I'm working here in Turku University of Applied Sciences as a system specialist, and I know something about Zoom. First of all, thank you for inviting me here to speak about Zoom and security. I try to keep my presentation in layman's level. We are not going to very technical details about Zoom. And I have 10 minutes of time, so I try to be fast. Let's go to next slide. A couple of words about my background. I have been working here in Turku University of Applied Sciences, laterally to us, since 2005, so like 15 years already here. I have been working in video conference scene in different international and national research and development projects since 2006, 2007 approximately. Then I have been administrating our video conference devices here in TUAS since 2010. I mean, these real hardware devices. And I have been also administrating Zoom in our organization since 2018. I'm also part of the internal audio video group. We are planning solutions for meeting rooms and so on. Then I'm also shareholder and consultant in one company. We are developing new video conference software and protocols. And before my career in TUAS, I have been working as an audio and lighting technique and DJ and recording artist. I'm technology freak since 1985. I love Commodore 64. It was my start for my career. And also I love electronic music in different forms. I would like to say this because we are in a music conference. So I think most of you have seen some headlines in the newspapers and articles and so on. Pornographic Zoom bombing, Zoom bombed with racist slurs, hate images, FBI warns do not use Zoom. And also there have been some users who have fun. Hey, for example, there was one girl, she said that, okay, just let me know some Zoom addresses and I'm going there in the Zoom meetings, in the lectures. And sometimes I'm just listening, sometimes I'm doing some fun there. And then she was sharing it in a TikTok, for example, this way. But yes, a couple of backgrounds and reasons behind these headlines. Zoom user amount have exploded in popularity. It have been exploded. At the beginning of December, or somewhere in December last year, they had something like 10 million users. And the latest numbers, of course, these are business secrets, but the latest numbers is publicly known is that they are having something like 300 million participants daily in Zoom meeting. So race is huge. And the more users, the more popularity, the more delicious headlines, you know. Because most of the experts and specialists and planners and so on are working with Zoom. We have around the globe, we have this remote office situation currently. There was also, of course, some real security issues in newspapers. They were also raising the old news also, but okay, all the software basically are having some security fixes from time to time. So let's go one more. And of course, here the image I saw earlier, there was one nice detail. For example, they were using GoToMeeting, but still the newspaper was writing that there was a Zoom bombing. No word about GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting is also quite popular video conference devices, but I think Zoom is more popular, so that's why they are writing Zoom. A couple of usage statistics from real life. This is an example from our organization. We were using Zoom. We started to use Zoom since 2018, 2019. It have been more like a internal test, and we have been using it in special cases. We have mixed video conference devices and so on. And it was planned to have this in a bigger use in the first quarter of this year, but then Corona came and we had to do things a little bit faster. But you see what is the trend for the user amount. And I took also a screenshot from yesterday, first 1.5 hour yesterday morning. Here are the amount of the participants which were using our Zoom. So basically, from my point of view, we are balancing between secure and unsecure. I would like to say, and I could say that Zoom is as secure or unsecure as other video conference softwares, most of the video conference softwares, if we are comparing to Team or something. Connections have been encrypted and so on in technical side. But basically what we have to look is that if we are offering easy to join method, for example, just one click and you are in, there is no hassle before meeting, there is more time for the meeting. You all know that there have been, do you hear me? I can't hear you. I won't see anybody. What is the PIN number? And so on. So basically, these are less secure, if you think about that. If we are offering solutions which are hard to join, you need registration, you have to hassle with user IDs and passwords, you have to log in maybe with PIN numbers, passwords, and so on. You have to open the meeting and so on. It's more secure, but there are this hassle. So we can also offer one-click join for Teams meeting, but no one doesn't say that Teams meetings are not secure. It's the way how we are joining the meetings. Okay, let's go a little bit. Let's move on. I'm giving you a couple of tips for the daily use when you are setting a meeting. My advice is that don't use your personal meeting ID, because if you don't know what is the reason for using personal meeting ID, then I suggest that you shouldn't use it. It's more for the team users. For example, if you are offering some service desk kind of environment for your users, then you could use the fixed meeting ID. But when you are creating lessons and so on, just generate new ID for each meeting. Of course, you should use your calendar to manage your upcoming meeting IDs. For example, here in Tuas, we are using Outlook and Zoom plugin, so all these meeting IDs and links are easily manageable. If you don't have any electric calendar form or you are not using Outlook plugin, there is always a backup. You can go to Zoom portal and have all your meetings are visible there. Then second rule, do not publicly share your meeting IDs and or passwords. Earlier, when the Corona crisis started, there were screenshots in newspapers and in Facebook, in social media. They were containing IDs of the meetings and there were no passwords. And of course, when we saw the growth of the participants and growth of the users, there are some users who want to just have fun or who want to play with you. And in this race of the users, there are some kind of children, kindergarten teachers and so on. So they haven't been using video conference systems earlier. That's why there were so much news articles. And also you have to remember that meetings, for example, now we are in a Zoom meeting, these are not designed for large scale or public events where you are posting invite to public internet. Instead, you should use Zoom webinar. It depends about your license if you are able to have it. So, and my suggestion is also that keep Zoom default security features on, like waiting rooms, password, restricted screen sharing. About password protection, my own opinion is that it's a little bit, we don't need password protection, because if you share, or if you want to share your meeting ID or someone else's meeting ID, you can also share the password. But learn how to use it. It's becoming also mandatory for on-premise installations too, like what we are using now. This is to us premises, to us on-premise installation. This is not from the commercial Zoom. And about the registration, I think it's too much hassle. Keep the things clear. And then I suggest that take your time and have a look about your own internal settings. Let's try to get this away. Okay, but I will share my presentation. Now it's visible. Have a look about your profile settings. There are very good things you can adjust. And when you are in a meeting, here are a couple of tips for you, what you can share and what you can do in a meeting about the privacy and security features. Learn how to use this, like stop video for participants, how to mute all participants, how you can remove participants, how you can put this in a waiting room, lock meeting, rename users, and so on. I made this small schedule, or not a schedule, but a flowchart where you can find anything from security button. You can lock the meeting so no other participants are able to join here. You can restrict screen sharing, you can restrict chat, and so on. Behind the participant list, you can stop participants' video, you can rename these, put the waiting room, remove, and you can also report for abuse using the report is going directly to Zoom. Then you can also select some muting options and so on. And from chat, you are able, here is this three-dot menu, you can restrict using chat for participants, or they can chat with host only and so on. And also you are able to make restrictions to screen sharing, for example, who can share, host only. This kind of. And a couple of tips for sharing recordings. If you are sharing your recordings to external service, you can download, just hover your mouse when you are going to Zoom recording catalog. Over your mouse, you will have a couple of buttons. Here you can download MP4 file. You are able to edit it, and then you can upload it, for example, to YouTube or where you want. And if you want to download chat file separately for the post-meeting editing, it's coming here directly in a text format. Or if you are sharing your meeting or seminar or something directly from Zoom, you can make some small trim from here, from the video icon. There are a very simple scissor tool from the beginning and from the end. You can take a clip, snips away, and then when you share, here is my recommendation, share your recording publicly. Do not ask any authentication. And maybe you can restrict downloading. Okay, then you can disable this registration. So it's basically it's public for all, and then take these password protections away. And copy your sharing information to clipboard. You see the sharing link is still cryptic. It's no way possible that someone will try to guess these kind of links. Now just send this link to your students or whoever you want to share it. There is no hassle with password, no hassle with registrations and so on. This is easy and this is working. And here was my presentation, so you are welcome. Thank you. A little bit over time. I tried to be fast, but still 10 minutes wasn't enough.
Yeah, thank you, Mika. There's Matti Ruipo's question. Has your school disabled file sharing in Zoom?
Yes, I'm the